Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Now I'd like to talk about Fedora Xfce. On my desktop PC I have switched from Fedora KDE to Fedora Xfce because actually I like KDE a lot. So KDE has been my favorite desktop for for a lot of time. But I started to play with i3 recently and I got to like i3 very much. For those of you who doesn't know what is it, i3 is a window manager. So the cool thing about it is if you only run i3, you only have a window manager and you don't have a desktop environment. And i3 is a tiling window manager, which means that if you open Windows, the windows are going to be tiled according to your configurations automatically. So that's great. And the problem with, so I installed i3 besides KDE or alongside KDE on my system. I also installed i3 Manjaro on my laptop, and i3 Manjaro is great, or I mean Manjaro with i3 is great. It works great on my laptop, but on my desktop PC I had Fedora KDE and I didn't want to just erase everything and switch to Manjaro because KDE, Fedora works for me very well. And I like Fedora, so I wanted to stay on Fedora. So I installed i3 alongside KDE, but the problem was that i3 and KDE really don't play very well together. For example, a lot of time when I wanted to log out of i3, my computer would just freeze. So I would have to shut down the computer. I mean with the hardware button, because it just didn't really work. And there were some other minor hiccups. And you know, if you run KDE, i3 actually uses the GTK themes, and it's just much easier to get started with i3 if you install it alongside a GTK, I mean a GNOME based desktop environment, or how should I say, not GNOME based, GTK desktop environment, because Xfce is not GNOME based. It's just a GTK based, not Qt based. Okay, so I already liked Xfce a lot, so I always thought, because I have tried it earlier, I knew that Xfce is great. It does everything I need. So I thought, okay, let's install KDE Xfce, Fedora Xfce on my main machine, and try it. And I installed it, Fedora 28 Xfce, and I like it a lot. Xfce is great. It's beautiful. Let's open the Xfce terminal. Of course, I also have URXVT, which is the what has happened here. Wow, cool. Okay, so this is URXVT. Let's tile it. i3 does this tiling automatically for you. That's what I mainly like i3. And in Xfce, for example, in Fedora Xfce, you have to create your own shortcuts for window tiling. Okay, so this is the Xfce terminal, but of course you have to be aware that Xfce doesn't look so great by default. Just like i3, Xfce is also ugly by default. So you have to configure it a little bit more. And what I am using here is actually the Arc Dark theme and the Arc icon set. Let's just have a look at the icon set. So this is how it looks. And also in the window manager settings, I have set the Arc Dark window decorations, or how you call it. Okay. Let's do a neo fetch. Okay, as you see, it's KDE, not KDE, come on, Fedora Xfce. Okay, So, you know, it's beautiful, especially with the arc dark theme and the arc icons and the arc dark window decorations. It's cool. It's beautiful. What do you want? It's beautiful. There are my workspaces, and I also like this launcher down here. But there are a few things that you have to configure in Fedora that don't just automatically work by themselves. And let's open WaterFox or WaterFox. Um, and I have some bookmarks here. Where is Fedora? Fedora, the Fedora bookmarks. Come on. I have a special folder for Fedora. Why am I not seeing it? Ah, here it is. Fedora. For example, yeah, if you want to install the hack fonts on Fedora, where is your Xfce? These are the hack fonts. Let's do something like this, or just to see more the hack fonts. It looks great. It's beautiful. Okay, you can use this COPR repository to install the hack fonts. Okay, but this is not the main thing that I wanted to show you today. Yeah, because I like to plug in. Sometimes I plug in my Android phone into my machine, you know, to copy files or something like that. And with every other distribution, it just works. But with Fedora, you are missing some packages. I mean, with Fedora Xfce, because with Fedora KDE it just worked. But maybe because I installed KDE Connect there and these packages were installed automatically. This is what I guess. But with Fedora Xfce, these two packages aren't coming. So if you want to plug in your smartphone into your PC and you want to see it as a drive, you have to install these two packages and you have to restart your machine. Okay, so that solved the problem. That way, if you plug in your, for example, I have my OnePlus 6. Let's demonstrate it. I plug it in, and voila. I have to turn on. Come on. I have to tell you that I want to do file transfers. Okay, and now it works. You see, internal storage is there. So you need these packages to do that. The other thing, why is it not full screen? No, come on. The other thing about Fedora, video problems, yes. Because the first time I installed Fedora and I wanted to play videos on YouTube, it just didn't work. Not just YouTube videos, but other videos on the internet. So with Chromium, Firefox, WaterFox, it worked with nothing. So after a lot of searching, I found that you have to install these packages, this package group, the multimedia package group, and this FFmpeg package. Yes, if you install these packages, it works. So now I have video playback in the browsers, and I can connect my smartphone to my PC. Yeah, I think these are the most important tweaks I had to do, and I think these should really be baked into each Fedora spin, because you know it's just so basic that you can watch videos on the internet just right away, that you can plug in your smartphone and see it as a as a storage drive just right away, and you can go about copying files. Okay, what else did I want to show you? The reason I also like Fedora a lot that, for example, my multifunctional printer just works with it, so I have to just install the universal unified Samsung drivers, or how it's called, and it just works. Yeah, but I wanted to talk about Xfce. So what I like, there is this panel here, this Mac-like panel, and you know, it hides itself intelligently. That's what I really like about it. That, for example, if you give some space for it, it appears. It's there. Now it disappears. If you go with the mouse there, it appears. So that's really, really great about Fedora. I mean about Xfce. I also like this panel up here. I like the whisker menu, and you can change the behavior to, you know, to switch these groups, to show you the contents of these groups if you hover the mouse there, because by default you have to click on these categories, but you can change this behavior. What else? You know, it's not that flashy and shiny as KDE. You don't have all of those cool shiny widgets as in KDE, but I don't really need them. So, you know, I thought, do I really use those things that that KDE uniquely offers? Not really. I just use the average normal things. And Xfce is great. You know, it's light, it's quick, it does everything I need. It's beautiful. You just have to theme it right, and it works flawlessly with i3, because I have installed i3 alongside Xfce, and it works great. I have no problems, zero problems, and because it's a GTK theme with GTK-based applications, you have to install less applications for i3, because, for example, in i3 I use the Thuner file manager, the file manager of Xfce. I also use Ranger there, but yeah, it's just much better. So Xfce works much better together with i3 than KDE. And actually, why do I need Xfce if I use i3? Because this machine is also used by my wife, because it's a desktop machine with 2 monitors. So this is the main computer at home, and my wife also uses it sometimes, or every day actually. And I am sure that she does not want to use and does not want to learn to use i3 at all. She's not a geek, she's not interested in things like that. So she really does need a normal desktop environment when she logs in to, you know, to use the machine as she has been used to using a machine. And Xfce is like, it's very similar to KDE, to, you know, Cinnamon or other normal environments, desktop environments, because what do you have? You have the menu, start menu, you have your task manager, your applications here, your notification area, your calendar, and also you can have this panel here to launch applications. Or of course you can launch applications from here, but you know, it just looks so neat, so great, so beautiful. And also just have a look at that, how much nicer URXVT is. URXVT is just so nice. And I also like this transparency a lot. Let's see NeoFetch also here. And the hack fonts are just so cool, beautiful. And you have these audio settings for pause audio. And DNF is great. I like DNF a lot. So I like in i3 that this tiling happens automatically for you. I also created keyboard shortcuts here. For example, I can tile this window the way I like it. But you know, I need 6 keys for that. The thing I really like about, for example, Cinnamon, that Cinnamon has a window manager where you only have to use the arrow keys to tile the windows, top, in the bottom, right, left, top right corner, top bottom, or top left corner, and so on. You know what I mean? So if you want a traditional desktop environment, GTK based, I think really Xfce and Cinnamon are the best. I really cannot stand GNOME. GNOME is a absolute no-go for me. KDE is great. This has been my favorite. I mean my most favorite. KDE is still my favorite, but not my most favorite anymore. Actually, I've got to like Xfce the most among the traditional desktop environments, but my absolute most favorite environment is i3, which is only a window manager alone. And Xfce applications, like I guess any GTK applications, work great in i3. Of course, KDE applications would also work great. But I just like the more consistent theming, and it just works better. And yeah, and if you want to use Fedora, you just really need you need these 2 tweaks to be able to stream. I mean to watch videos in the browser and to connect your smartphone to your computer. Okay, what else did I want to show you? I do not really know. Yeah, actually I can recommend Pale too. Pale is a very good browser. Linux Rocks. This is Linux Rocks.online on Mastodon. That's what I use instead of Twitter or any other social media. Okay, what else did I have to do with KDE, Xfce? I think that's all. You know, I just tweaked in appearance. I just tweaked the style, the icons, yes. And in the window manager, where is it? Is it? Yeah. For example, if you leave it at default, it's like, yeah, it's not arc dark. But now it's arc dark. Okay. What else did I want to show you? Yeah, and also if you, for example, launch Chromium, you get this stupid window for some keyring, which I don't use. And interestingly, if I open it here, it comes up. If I open it here, it doesn't come up because I edited the desktop file a little bit. And interestingly, Chromium always opens me Manjaro for some reason. You know, I've installed Chromium from the wait a minute, maybe something is from the Manjaro i3 configuration file here. I don't know, because I've copied some configuration files from my Manjaro i3 laptop over here. And also it always logs out. I don't know why. Okay, I just have to have a look at these things. But I wanted to show you what I did to... where is it? Where is it? It's... yes, here it is. Where is our good old Chromium? Open with mousepad. Okay, so what I had to do here, yes, here at this line, exec, After this path here, you have to enter this dash dash password dash store equals basic and then %u. So this is what you need to put in, and then you don't get this keyring window. It just starts normally. For me, abnormally, because it always opens Manjaro, the homepage of Manjaro, although I'm on Fedora, so it's strange. And my guess is that I have to put this parameter into other places. For example, also here. Where have I seen it? Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for today. You see how nice icons these are? I like the arc icon theme a lot. And I also have Fedi. If you have Fedora, okay, I think that's it for today, guys. Yeah, Fedi is great. Check it out. Wait a minute. At tweaks, you can have the colorful prompt for your terminal and so on. Fedi is great. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.